What's up? My name is Austin. I make videos every single day. You can check my art out in my short videos, or you can check out my normal videos if you like on my page. But this video is specifically about how to find original concept ideas or just original ideas for your artwork. Maybe you're writing a story and you're trying to think of creative characters, or you're painting and you're just trying to get that spark, that creative spark, and figure out what you want to paint. Maybe come up with original concepts, whatever. I feel like most, if not all, art now, there's a reference photo behind it, which is totally fine. But I've been falling back more into just coming up with my own ideas because it's more natural that way for me personally. Not only that, I am a big geek and I really like world building, and I feel like that's essential. So here's just some things that I want to talk about that I feel like will help you along the way with your world building journey, your original concept idea journey. Take two things and mash them together. So take turtle, person, put them together, you got a turtle person, stuff like that. Music song titles, that helps me a lot. That inspires me a lot, I should say. The way that artists name their titles, because the title of their songs, because if you look deep into what the meanings behind the lyrics mean, it could really help you in your own personal journey of trying to figure out what to make creatively. At least it does for me. This one's text two people and have them give you a noun and then mash the two, and just do this once a day, every other day. Don't annoy people, but maybe just text a family member or something, say, hey, I'm trying to come up with something. Can you text me two nouns? Don't even tell them that. Just, can you text me a noun? Then mash the two, and that'll help you come up with something. And a lot of stuff will be silly or just off the wall, but you really have to challenge yourself and just start doodling and trying, see where you fail at and see what works and what doesn't. Another one is rhyming names. This is another one that just an easy, quick way to come up with very cool concept ideas for original characters, like Mitch the Silverfish or Stingray Steve. That's a couple of them. What do I got? Spitball, sketching, doodling. Just, you're gonna get down on yourself a lot, but you have to believe in yourself and keep chugging along and keep drawing. A lot of them are gonna suck, but you'll have that 1 out of 20, 30. So keep a lot of scrap paper if you're gonna try to write your own story. Just make sure you have tons of scrap paper laying around because you're gonna need it. This one is to get an image book or an image catalog book, something like this. It just has tons of reference photos, you name it, picture frames, vases, people's faces, bats, gravestones. These kind of books are really good reference. Or how do I draw a nose? I'm not having a problem remembering how to draw a nose. You can literally go to a section in this book of people's faces and it could help you go, oh, okay, that's how I could, he's looking this way, so I can use this as a reference, that kind of thing. The dictionary challenge, this one is to just flip to a random page, put your finger on the page and go conceited. Look at the definition, and then that can help you come up with maybe like the route you're trying to take with your piece, or anxiety, or depression, or happiness, or gratuity, whatever. It could be whatever. The dictionary challenge, I've actually fell back on here recently, went to a page, and I didn't necessarily make what the word was, but the word and the definition alone gave me an idea. So it could spark ideas. World building, maybe base your character loosely off, like if you have a pack of friends, or even if you don't, I suggest finding a D&D group because they're so creative. Maybe just ask one of them or see what their character is. I I've done a D&D group before, and I was a little robot guy, and that's really the only route that I had. But the further I went into the story is when I found out, okay, he can only communicate via voice box of like a radio, kind of like Bumblebee off Transformers. So he's limited on what he can say and not say. And that he's a loving, caring robot, and that he doesn't really fight, but he does if he has to. And the further you go along with the story, the further you'll get more and more ideas that just naturally spawn when it comes to stuff like that. So I strongly suggest looking into a D&D group. It sparks tons of creativity that you'll be thinking of the story while you're not even playing it anymore. It's a good escape, but the one-on-one escape is really crucial. Again, this is all trial and error. You're gonna fail a lot. And the last one is poetry. I think poetry is huge. I think just reading poetry and writing poetry really stems and sparks the creative flow. Just to start my day, I sip a coffee, then I lay. It's just a natural right back down upon the ground to think of today's sudden frown that I may have, but that's okay. I choose to keep my feelings swayed I must prevail. Today's some hell, but I shall. Stuff like that. I don't know. That really helps me just get moving, get the process going, think of creative, original ideas. Here's just a couple examples that I want to show you with my art of how some of these things that I've named have helped. Like this one is mashing two together. This is a whale person. It's clearly not done, but this is going to be a whale man. Also inspired by music too. Here's another mashing two together, two noun, TV person. Not finished. Just stuff like that. Here's another one. Frogman. Not finished, but you got the idea. Just certain things like that. Demon clown. This one is finished. You should follow the art journey. I make stuff every single day, and I'm just trying to spread positivity, creativity, and I'm trying to spark others' minds. That's all I'm trying to do. But I make one-take videos like this every single day if you're interested, and you should follow along. So until the next one, doot doodle doot doot.